In the last video, we talked about what a fraction is. A fraction is an equal part of a whole. Now today we're going to be doing our first lesson in our 3.2 Jump Math book, so please get that ready on your workspace. I want you to turn to pages 50 and 51 in your workbook, and I also want you to get a pencil, some scissors, and finally I want you to take from your learning package the folding paper stapled package for math. There's folding paper 1, folding paper 2, and more folding paper. So please take that out of your learning package. You can pause the video for now and come back when you have all your materials. Your Jump Math book, a pencil, a pair of scissors, and your folding paper package from your learning package. Okay, welcome back. All right, so today you are going to be doing the lesson on page 50 and 51 in your Jump Math book. So today we're going to talk about how to create equal parts. So let's take a look at the gray box as we do in class. So in a fraction, there are equal parts in a whole. Now, as I talked about in the last video, you can divide a shape up into many different equal parts. If you divide a shape, and you can see here we have a rectangle, if you divide a shape like a rectangle into two equal parts, each part is 1/2, and half is the key word here. So this is 1/2, and this is 1/2. It's 1/2 of the whole, and another 1/2 of the whole. Now if I take that a step further, I can think 1/2 plus 1/2 gives me a whole shape. Now let's take a look how that same shape can be divided into three equal parts. So here's 1, 2, 3, and you'll notice that each part is the same size. Now each part can be called 1/3. This is 1/3, this is 2/3, and this is 3/3. 3/3 equals the whole shape. Now I can take the same rectangle and I can divide it into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each part is called 1/4. Here's 1/4. Here's 2/4, 3/4, and the whole shape would be 4/4. Now let's take a look at that same shape again. We can divide it into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the key thing here, if you notice, all the parts are the same size. Now each one of these equal parts is called 1/6. This is 1/6. And if I keep counting, this would be 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6. 6/6 equals the entire or the whole shape. Okay, so this shape, the same shape, is divided into 6 equal parts. And finally, let's take a look at the last one. This same shape has been divided into 8 equal parts. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each one of these parts is called 1/8. So this part here is called 1/8. Now if I add them all up, I can go 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. If I count all 8 parts, I get the whole shape. Okay, so there's your key words. If you divide a shape into 2 equal parts, each part is called 1/2. If I divide a shape into 3 equal parts, each part is called 1/3. If I divide a shape into 4 equal parts, each part is called 1/4. If I divide a shape into 6 equal parts, each part is called 1/6. And if I divide a shape into 8 equal parts, each part is called 1/8. Now your job today is going to be to fold some papers to create equal parts. Now that's where your learning package comes in handy. So here's what I want you to do. So take out your package, and I want you to cut along the dark black line of each shape, not on the dotted line. The dotted line is where you're going to fold your shape. So cut out each shape along the dark black line on the outside. Okay, there's 4 on the first page, and there's 3 on the next page. Again, cutting along the outer line. Okay, pause the video and you can cut out all your shapes now. Okay, welcome back. You should now have different shapes all cut out. All right, so here we go. So the first thing I want you to do with all of your shapes is to look at question number 1A. So it says use paper folding to fill in the blanks. So you're going to find this shape first. Now there's two that are going to look like that. We'll just take one of them and here we go. Okay. Now you'll see with the arrow, it tells you how to fold the shape into 2 equal parts. Now here's how I would fold this shape. Do you see that dotted line down the middle? That's your fold line. So I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to fold it so that it folds right along that line, and then my corners match up. Okay. And then I just squeeze it tight. And I open it up and look at that. I have 2 equal parts. Each part is 1/2. This is 1/2 and this is 1/2. And I'll even draw on mine to show you. This part is 1/2. And again, this part is 1/2. 1/2 of the whole. All right. So that's the first one, which was basically done for you. All right, so now I want you to get, you can use the same one, okay? I'm just going to fold mine this way so you can't see my 1/2. I'm going to fold it this way, and then I'm going to fold it again. And what do I get? Unfolded, it looks like this. How many equal parts do I have now? Can you count? How many equal parts did you count now? Once you've counted your equal parts, put it here. Each part is, and what would you call it when you have this many equal parts? You can look up here to find your answer. Okay? Then you're just going to keep going in this activity. Now you're going to find this one here. You should have this cut out from your learning booklet. You are going to fold it just like they did in the book. Follow the arrows. I'm going to fold right along that fold line. But now I folded it so it goes this way. How many equal parts do we have? Can you count them? Right? How many equal parts you have here? And when you have this many equal parts, each part is what? Would you say 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, or 1/8? You decide. Now you're going to use this same one for this one. Once you folded it this way, then you're going to fold it again. They don't give you the dotted lines for this, but you're going to end up with a nice skinny one like this. And when you open it up, you have how many equal parts? Can you count them? You're going to write that here. Each part is it 1/2, 1/4, 1/6, or 1/8? Okay, write it down here. And then keep on going. Now you're going to use this one. Okay, you're going to fold along the dotted line, count how many equal parts you have, and write it here. And when you have this many equal parts, what is that called? Each part is 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, or 1/8. You decide. Once you've folded this in this way, I want you to fold it to make smaller triangles, and then count your equal parts. All right, and then just continue that, please. Into this activity, you're going to use your circle, fold it as they tell you to, and then again fold it here, find out how many equal parts, and what is that called? What is each part called? Okay, and you see there's 2 lines, so you're either going to write 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, or 1/8. You have to decide what goes in the blanks. So this one goes with this one, this one goes with this one, this one goes with this one, and then of course the triangle one. You'll do that here. Okay, so do the folding, and I want you to write down how many equal parts you created. So you're creating fractions as you're folding, and then I want you to write down what each part is called. And of course, as always, we use the gray box at the top of our page that tells us what each part is called. So it's either going to be 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, or 1/8. When you create 2 equal parts, it's 1/2. When you create 3 equal parts, each part is 1/3. When you create 4 equal parts, each part is called 1/4. When you create 6 equal parts, each part is called 1/6, and when you create 8 equal parts, each part is called 1/8. Okay, so now it's time for you to get folding. I want you to use the example to model how to do the rest of them. Follow the arrows for the folding, write down how many equal parts you have, and tell me what each part is called. Okay, that's your job for today. Enjoy!